Did you know that your CPAP supplies aren't biodegradable? It could take hundreds, if not thousands of years to decompose these in landfills. And Alina, what does biodegradable even mean?
It's an object or substance that is capable of breaking down with bacteria or other living organisms.
So my next question is, am I biodegradable?
Yes.
How about the Kardashians? Before we begin today's video, if you'd like to order your CPAP supplies from us, you can call 413-733-7843. You're going to talk to either Monica, Natalia, or Alina. They have over 35 years of experience combined, great customer service. They know the ins and outs of the industry. This is what separates us from the rest. How often should you change your CPAP supplies? What's the regimen? And there's two things we're going to go over today. Number one, we're going to save you a ton of money by giving you a schedule to change out your CPAP supplies. And number two, we're going to help limit your carbon footprint, my carbon footprint, because there's over 100 million CPAP users worldwide. It's projected that each CPAP user contributes 2 to 4 pounds of waste in landfills. And if you don't know this, most of your CPAP equipment is made out of silicone, plastic, electronic parts such as circuit boards, and they can take hundreds, if not thousands of years to decompose in landfills. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do, and the CPAP manufacturers are probably not going to be too happy with me because there's several of them that tell you you should change out your cushion every 2 weeks, every month. You should be on a routine schedule every 3 months to 6 months, and one shoe doesn't fit all of you. This is what I recommend, and I've done this in another video, is when you're on a CPAP mask, you want to carry an extra of everything. You want an extra headgear, an extra cushion, and even maybe an extra frame. And when something on this mask fails completely, such as the silicone cushion, what you're going to find most of the time is going to be the number one thing that fails. How do you know it fails? Well, if there's not a rip in it, usually it's leakage because it's lost its elasticity on the cushion itself, and it's time to change out that cushion. Could be once a month, it could be once every 6 months. I know people who've used the cushion for over a year. It depends on you. And I've said time and time again, the way I clean my silicone cushion and the way I clean this mask is I use an alcohol wipe in here, and I start from the inside and work my way to the outside. This frame, unless something breaks really, like on this ResMed, for example, unless something really breaks on the frame, you really don't need to change out this frame too often, and it will save you more money by buying the components versus buying an entire new mask. For those of you who have high co-pays, high deductibles, you should be setting your schedule. And in fact, Medicare, for everyone on Medicare, your CPAP supplier needs to get your permission for every order it sends you. They have to find out whether or not you want CPAP supplies, you need them because there's something wrong, and they need a valid prescription in order to send you that resupply. When it comes to machines, usually the machines last 5 to 7 years. And what's happened is that Amazon, especially with the ResMed market, has made parts more accessible to all of you, whether they're genuine ResMed parts or third-party parts itself. And Andre's going to be doing a video down the road showing you how to change out a motor on a ResMed CPAP machine. Because right now, Amazon sells the parts to keep this going longer and longer when it comes to motors on the S10, and I believe they have the S11 motors on Amazon as well, which I never used to see in the past. Usually once the motor dies, you change out the entire machine, and these components in this machine, from the circuit board to all the plastics and everything else in between, this could take thousands of years to decompose. So, you know, on the good side, by doing this regimen, not only is it saving you money, but we're lessening our carbon footprint out there. When it comes to the hoses, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to have a regular cleaning regimen. When this fails, you have a backup. So your resupplies should be based on having backup for everything. When it fails, you have your backup, then you order another one. That's the most economical way, It's the most eco-friendly way. When it comes to the filters, I do agree with most CPAP manufacturers. You should change these out every few weeks to a month, because this is the actual room air that needs to be clean, that you're breathing in, that's going into your lungs every single breath. So keep an eye on that. Change it out every 2 to 4 weeks. One of the dirtiest parts in the machine is the humidifier. If you're not cleaning it thoroughly, if you're not very adamant about this, then I wouldn't go more than 6 months. I do agree with the CPAP manufacturers on the humidify tank. It can be changed out every 6 months unless you're very adamant about cleaning this. And if you are, then again, have a backup. But the thing with the humidifier is that it does require a good seal. It does have this gasket with the seals. This is what fails the most, and this is so important to keep your pressure, because pressurized air is going through this humidifier tank into you. So if you do get a leak in here, you are going to lose pressure. And this is definitely one of the spots in the CPAP machine you may find leaks. So definitely keep an eye on the humidifier. Your CPAP machine, you're going to have an air outlet, which is the inner piece here on the AirSense 11. And if you have the old style AirSense 10, you're going to have that air outlet there as well. I showed you in a previous video, you can stick an alcohol wipe in there and you can clean it out. I would suggest, you can do so once a month, every few months, but in order to change this piece out, I would suggest doing it every 2 to 3 years. And ResMed does have OEM parts for that. I'm curious, your thoughts in the comments section, and how do you clean and how often do you change out your CPAP supplies? God bless you.